Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. So the first trailer for Marvel Studios' X-Men 97 Revival series has come out, and it has come out with a lot of controversy surrounding a specific character, which I'll get into. But before I do that, I do want to say that I watched the trailer and I really enjoyed it. I have not seen the original X-Men 97 series, and so I'll be going into this very fresh. I'm quite excited to watch it when it comes out because I thought this trailer just looked really, really good. I thought the animation looked cool, and I really dug the characters that I saw, and I'm excited to dive more into the X-Men because I'm not the biggest X-Men fan, and so I'm excited to dive into the MCU's first X-Men. Even though this is sort of already a pre-established X-Men, it is, made by Marvel Studios under the new Marvel Animation banner. But yeah, so it will be interesting to see what they do with it, and I really did like the trailer, so I'll be interested to check it out. But yeah, so with this trailer came a fair bit of backlash and controversy surrounding one of the new main X-Men, which will be on the team, and that character is Morph. Now, I'm going to read a quote that comes directly from Empire magazine, and this is what sort of sparked a lot of the controversy, which I will talk about. But yeah, so the quote says, "This is a lighter take on the character who is non-binary and has an interesting buddy relationship with Wolverine. The character's past with Mr. Sinister, the show's villain, could also come into play." So that's just a small snippet of a quote that was in Empire magazine, and the main takeaway from that is that the character of Morph is going to be portrayed as non-binary in the series. Now, if you don't know who Morph is a character in the comics whose mutant ability is to shapeshift into anything, basically. Their body is made of like a Play-Doh substance. They can reattach limbs after they've been severed and things like that, and so they are able to morph their body into basically a shapeshifter, right? Like a very advanced shapeshifter. And so the choice to portray them as non-binary in the series has obviously come with a lot of backlash by a certain group of people. But I kind of disagree with that because it makes a lot of sense, does it not? For a character who is basically just Play-Doh, right? Like, they don't have a gender, they don't have a sexuality or whatever. It would make sense that they would be non-binary. They would not be identifying with a certain gender. And also, I think a lot of people are taking it the wrong way, and they're taking it that it's like sort of pushing an agenda and stuff like that, which is stupid anyway. But I don't think it's being portrayed like that. I think it's being portrayed as if Morph is like a creature, sort of, rather than a person, and they are they don't have a gender, because they are made of Play-Doh. They are a Play-Doh-like substance who can shapeshift their entire body and reattach their limbs and things like that. And so that's why I think they're going that route, because it makes sense. It's not a commentary. It's not really supposed to be like, in quotation marks, woke, like a lot of people say, which is sort of just a stupid. People who use the word woke tend to not be very smart because they can never end up defining it, and they never know what it really means, and they change the definition over and over again to fit whatever they're angry about this time. And so woke is a very stupid phrase. And so, yeah, the people upset about this, I don't really understand why. It makes a lot of sense. And also, if you know anything about the X-Men in the comics and what they stand for and what they were made for, then you should understand that this should not be a problem. I mean, the X-Men, as a whole, represent oppressed groups in society, oppressed minorities in society, standing up against their oppressors and those in power. That's very much what the X-Men symbolize, with the mutants and the X gene being, I guess, ostracized in society. I hope that's the right word, right? Ostracized, being, looked down upon and being seen as other and not human and things like that. It's very clearly a metaphor for, oppressed minorities in society. And so it would make a lot of sense to have an LGBT character in the show, because that's obviously what it's like, that's part of what it's representing. And it makes sense. Like, it makes perfect sense that a character who is able to morph their body and reattach limbs again is non-binary. Why would they have a gender if they don't? They are Play-Doh, essentially, and they can morph their body into different genders and become. They could morph into a woman. They could morph into a man. They could morph into even a creature. So it makes a lot of sense why they would be non-binary. And so the people who I think are mad about it are just looking for reasons to be mad. There is this entire group that just wants to shit on Disney and shit on everything Disney does with Marvel and Star Wars and things like that. And Marvel and Disney and that, they're not above criticism for a lot of things. Like, a lot of things have been releasing lately are subpar, are not very good, and that is an issue with the writing. but I don't think the issue comes from adding representation and LGBT characters and, you know, characters of color. I don't think that's where the problem is, and a lot of people seem to be thinking that that's what the problem is that the problem is, oh, they're going woke, there's, you know, too much diversity, they're putting diversity before characters, which I don't think is true. In what I've seen from the, you know, the recent films that have come out, the problem is writing, not characters, not the, you know, sexuality or race or, you know, skin color of the characters. The problem is the writing and not that. And so that's a very weird thing to be mad about. You know, there is an argument that, you know, the people mad about Morph being changed into or non-binary is that they never were originally in the comics, but that was never really a thing back then. And so it only makes sense now that it would be updated for modern times with a new modern show. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think, look, if there are genuine criticisms to be had, I guess, like if you're just mad about it because you don't like them changing things from the comics, I guess that's fair. But if you're mad about it because you're mad about, you know, LGBT people being in TV shows and movies, then I'm sorry, but you're just stupid, you know? It's very logical, it makes sense for the character, and if the original X-Men 97 was made today, that's probably what they would do. Because again, it's being updated for modern times, and they didn't really have that vocabulary back then to describe what is, you know, non-binary. So again, a very interesting thing. I'm very interested to see how the show turns out though. You know, again, I could be saying all this and the show could end up being awful, but that would still be beside the point of what I'm talking about. But yeah, I am excited for the show. I thought the trailers were cool. I hope it's not an anthology because, you know, I've never seen the original series, so I don't know what type of show it is, if it's anthology or anything. I hope it's not. I hope it's sort of like, you know, follows one long storyline and it's epic and awesome, and I'm very excited for it. But anyway, so yeah, that was my sort of breakdown on the controversy surrounding the X-Men 97 trailer and the character of Morph. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. What do you think about this whole situation? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Like I said, there are legitimate criticisms to be had. So let me know your criticisms and your thoughts down below in the comments. But anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, and it would really help me out. Also, if you have not already, make sure you turn on post notifications so I don't miss when I upload. That's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.